twisting hard where the shadows lie. Grip the handle, feel the engines roar. Freedom ain't a dream, it's the open door. Ride the storm, feel the thunder.
Welcome back to the NASRA 360 Racing Network. You are looking live at the virtual Talladega Super Speedway, and we are set for race number 11. If you're keeping track, there is one more preliminary left to go. Go for the dos! This is the Blanchard's Towing and Recovery Duel number 2. I'm Wesley Outland, Jacob Reeves alongside Bigglestein Hopton. Jacob, one more preliminary. We get to rest. Happy Turkey Murder Day tomorrow. And we get ready for the big show on Friday night, my friend.
I can't wait, baby. We're ready to rock and roll with it. I'm ready to get it going, baby. We're ready, baby. We're getting ready to do race number 2. I'm real interested to see how this duel is going to be compared to what we saw to duel number 1. You know, if you think about it, we see Daytona and everything else, how they do the duels and everything else in real life. There's always that one duel that's pretty good, and then there's that one duel that all hell breaks loose every single lap.
Yeah.
Will this be calm, cool, collected like it was in the first race? Only time will tell.
I hope so. Let's give you the lineup as it's the driver, of course, from Rolla, Missouri. Cody Nagel's on the pole to the outside. Jackson Bice. He'll be in the Micro Center on the outside at 33, row 1. Row 2, Sebastian Marin and John Ward for PGR. Row 2, drivers in green, automatically a lock in. Row 3, Clinton Maines, Matthew Baker. Matthew Baker now from Magnolia, Texas, and Chase Mastrita in the number 8 machine from Breckenridge, Colorado. Then it's going to be Jonathan Cofield from Alabama. Roll Tide. Okay, he's an Auburn fan. Connor Urashak on the outside, the man there from Canada. Moving on to row number 5, Freddie Bassinez, originally from Cuba, now Miami, and Nathan Harper alongside. From there, all drivers in white that got a transfer in. Joey Masowitz, Brock Westmoreland, row 6. Daniel Everhart and Daytona NASRA 500 winner in the Great American Sim Race, Kyler Wynn in 82. He's not even locked in yet. Andrew Harris, Chris McCullough, row number 8. Row 9, midway through the field, Hillbilly, Steve Barnett, and the number 11 from Evansville, Indiana, Jacob, it's Kenny Real. He'll start 18th.
And then right behind him, in row number 10 is going to be Casey Solitek. Starting right beside him is going to be Taylor Peacock, who is very good here at Talladega, here in the North American Sim Racing Association. Charles Joplin will be right behind them with Trevor Astronaut with his killer pit board that we saw last night. Larry McDonald out of four.
How could you?
Barksdale right behind them, 23rd and 24th. The Showman, Octavio Rondoletto with Tyler Justice, making up row number 13. Ed Osborne and Peyton Johnson, a former winner here at Talladega, here in NASRA, making up row number 14. Row 15, Brandon Wallace, Tyler Goodwin, then Tristan Vickery, and Nash Brembilla, making up row 16. Row 17, Raul Meza, Gerald Poole, and rounding out the field, shotgun row, Mark Dantuma and Buzzy Mongo.
60 laps, 160 miles. 3 attempts at overtime again. 3 sets of tires. Fuel capacity 100%. We saw drivers coming down to the pit lane around lap number 30, 35. Well, if they see it again. And there it is. 3 attempts at overtime. We'll go it. Here's another thing. The weather. Look at this. Track temp. 140 degrees. You could fry a steak, an egg. You could probably boil potatoes on the banking here in Talladega, as hot as that banking is.
Yeah, hang on a minute. I may have to go get, I'm going to go get with my wife real quick, see if we can get some steaks. We're going to throw them out here. I know she likes hers well done. I like my medium well, so we may have ours. We may have our steaks ready by halfway, Wesley, but that is going to play a big factor in the handling. Air temp 87, watch out for that. That bump drafting, trying to lock up and everything. Those engines going to get a hell of a lot hotter when they're drafting.
Green flag.
Ladies and gentlemen, one preliminary left. Blanchard's towing and recovery. Duel, go for dos. We're underway. It's go time in Talladega.
Wow, right off the bat, we've already got Jackson Bice already shooting up the racetrack and already dropping to the back. 33, something amiss on Jackson Bice. Either that or he's already locked into the field. Maybe just try to figure something out and learn something here in this duel race. A couple of drivers jumping to the bottom of the racetrack already starting to elect to go to the back of the field here for this 60-lap duel. But up front, there you see Chase Mastrita. Got the 8, rocking and rolling. Cody Dagos leads them for the first time here in Duel 2 off of turn 4.
Here they come. Through the tri-oval, there's one of the PGRE sports drivers, John Ward, his Toyota, up on the top. Nagel's on the inside. He's got to follow with Barron on the bottom of Streeta now. The Budweiser number 8. Changing up your colors. We saw the Diet Mountain Dew throwback with Falcon Ham. There's the number 8 with Chase Mastrita. And now John Ward way pushed out of line. You're in the game, and now you're out of the game. And John Ward, it might be strategy for the man from Valdosta. The Wildcat falls to the back. That might be something that might be smart or disastrous as they go to 3 for the 92.
Yeah, Wesley, I think he's doing the same thing that Jackson Bice was doing right there, right off the bat. I mean, he shot right up the hill, went all the way to the back. And then John Ward might have got a push from Mastrita. We saw it right there coming to the line. Looked like Ward kind of got knocked a little sideways. And so he may have ended up thinking, well, I don't want to get in the middle of this. I'll just go ahead and drop to the back and try to learn something. Every bit of what these guys is locked into this thing is to learn something. Learn your competition and get kind of a freebie. Like I said, they're on house money right now. Sebastian Merritt right up here trying to make something happen. Cody Nagels, hell, he's playing on house money, but he don't give a damn. He's going to get up there and try to win the damn thing, and I don't blame him a bit. Matthew Baker up here, Jonathan Cofield locked in as well. All these guys up here at the front playing on house money. The rest of them, like I said, they're going to be a little bit antsy on the moves that they make.
Remember, drivers in green on that lineup that we had showed you, they transfer. Guys like Cody Nagels or Baker, they're locked in right now. Here we go, down to the inside. Here comes now Nagels. Cody Nagels, one of them. The driver from Rolla, Missouri. Rolla, Missouri now, down to the inside. The 6 now powers along. Marin in the 32, that's the driver there. Sebastian Marin from Guaynabo, Puerto Rico. I love the international flair, Jacob Reeves. This is an international sim race event for the King of Talladega. And here we go as he's on the back door. Nagel's going to 3. And here comes the Canadian, Connor Yarashak. He's in the 500, but he's going to the front in the Pepto-Bismol 40.
You got the United States on the bottom side and international waters up on the top side, rocking and rolling in the great state of Alabama. Up here for dual race number 2. Blanchard's towing dual race number 2 and trying to set the field for the NASRA 500 King of Talladega. Marin up on the top. Yarashak right behind him. There's Jonathan Cofield, Alabama native, smack dab in the middle of all of it. Cody Nagels goes from the bottom, jumps up to the top. Here comes Baker, lines up on the inside. He fires away. Cofield will fire away as well. And then right up behind them, Everhart, Westmoreland, and Kyler Wynn, all these old boys trying to put themselves in position. Still early, but put themselves in prime position to be there at the end and try to make it to the King of Talladega come Friday night. Oh, we got a
always
Kenny Real.
Oh, Kenny Real, the 11. Somehow he saved it. And we will stay green. Unbelievable. The driver from Evansville, Indiana. The Jack Shack somehow under attack saved it, and we stay green. No caution. We raced on. 5 in. Nagels leads them over Marin. Marin on the high side as they go back into turn 1.
I got to say this. I would love to see Kenny Real in a damn dirt car. I would love to see how he drives a dirt late model, because last night we saw him in the LCQs just absolutely numerous times. Could have wrecked the truck. I mean, sideways, drifted it all the way around, all over the place on this 2.66 mile tri-oval. And sure enough, he still come out enough to be able to make it into the duels. I would love to see him in a dirt late model or sprint car for that matter, but he's able to fire away. We're still great, and it's Baker and Nagels off turn 4.
Loving what they're doing. Here comes Nagels, and now Marin up on the high side. Marin now shoving the 6 to the bottom, giving him plenty of room. Working down to the inside as they come across the stripe. This, by the way, is the final preliminary of the night. We've had 3 nights, or 2 nights, where we ran 3 qualifier races. That's your 6. And then we had races, 7, 8, and 9 last night with the last chance qualifiers. Then race 10 and 11 tonight. Race number 12 is the 500. 12 different things lead us up to determine who will be in the event tally, the king of Talladega. Right now, Nagel, he stays locked to the inside. And the man from Puerto Rico, Marin, hanging with him in the Chevrolet on the outside out of 4.
I'm telling you.
And a new leader, Matthew Baker. Matthew Baker to the lead, the Texan in the number 5 now through the tri-oval.
Yeah, Baker down on the inside right here with Cody Nagels still side by side. Marin shoves Nagels all the way clear. All of this culminating to Friday night for the biggest race in sim racing other than the NASRA 500 coming up next year in January. I think this is the biggest race in the virtual South right here in the great state of Alabama. I love the state of Alabama. Y'all say what you want out there in the live chat, but this is going to be a barn burner come Friday night. If it's anything like we've seen in these duels, Baker, Nagels still racing for the lead in through 3 and 4.
Side by side. They stay locked door to door. They do-si-do through the tri-oval, through that 4,300 foot front straightaway. Tri-oval, back to start finish. And away we go again here. By the way, this racetrack, 2.66 miles, 4,300 foot front straightaway, 4,000 foot back straightaway, known as the Alabama Gang Super Stretch. And they're hitting it now, heading to lap number 10, Jacob. Track temp has not changed either.
Absolutely. I mean, it has not changed not one bit. Air temp hadn't changed none at all. Even with the air floating around with all these trucks, oh, hell, here we go. 3 wide. Connor Wynn out of nowhere takes it up on the top side with Trevor Asronoff lined up right behind him. 82, 89, trying to make something happen. Marin stuck in the middle, and Cody Nagels down on the bottom side.
Three by 3 down to the inside as Marin still, Sebastian Marin holding on to that top spot. Nagels now with Yurashak up on the middle lane, the pink number 40. And then there goes the 82 of Kyler Wynn. There's the sim motion entry. And Jacob, remember, him and Malik Ray were the star. Oh, he almost got shoved down the line. Roll, Kyler Wynn bounced off of one of the trucks. He loses ground. Winfrey falling like lyrics to the Tom Petty song. And now the leader, Marin, leads him as the 82 losing ground. The NASRA Sim Daytona 500 winner losing spots now in the 82 off 4.
Yeah, but give him time, honestly, Wesley. If we saw, what we saw out of him in the next-gen car at Daytona, I've got a damn good feeling. I think he's going to be good to go in a truck here at Talladega. Still got a long way to go. I mean, it ain't a short time to get there. I mean, 50 laps here at Talladega. It's going to take him about an hour if they went through it under green. So he's still got plenty of time to get that number 82 back up here. But Sebastian Marin up 2 spots up here, sitting in P1. Cody Nagels started on the pole, sitting in second. Yurashak up here. How about Tyler Justice in the 23? Started 18 spots back from where he was. He is up here in 7th, up 18 spots. Good Lord, that is a drive in the short amount of time that we've had here.
Now Marin up on the outside, opens the door to Nagels again. Cody Nagels on the bottom. Nagels with help by Baker from Magnolia, Texas. He's right there on the inside. Cofield will follow. There goes Jonathan Cofield. Some of these names, as we mentioned, the lineup in green are in the show. They're just taking advantage of it. And why not, Jacob? We saw a driver like Alex Hill, who made it in by preliminary night. Run the duel, win the duel, put some more money in his pocket, and most importantly, get a good acquaintance of what the truck will be like for Friday night in the King of Talladega for 500 miles, by the way, when they race again.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, you get that idea of what you're trying to do. Obviously, Jonathan Cofield, obviously, he's got that same mentality here tonight. That second, what he's trying to do right behind him. You got Nathan Harper back there in the 7 up 6 spots from where he started. So now he's trying to get himself in prime position to make it happen. Urashak up there as well. Baker leads. Nagels right behind him. And Cofield trying to take it all the way to the front. But I can't believe I'm fixing to say it, but War Eagle Cofield going for the lead.
Iron Bowl coming up. Iron Bowl this Saturday. Me and Jacob, diehard Alabama fans, we all know the allegiance to our buddy, Mr. Jonathan Cofield, War Eagle, Auburn Tiger. And now with 12 of 60 laps completed, it is Baker to the top spot. We go side by side to thank some of our partners as we roll on into the Tri-Oval. It is Baker. Keep an eye, though, on Peacock, the number 81. He's bucking into view up on that third lane. The man from Fowler, Indiana, 7 trucks back, trying to get something going on the outside into 1.
And, you know, Wesley, I just now thought, I think I might have screwed up because that was the first time in public I've ever saw War Eagle, or I've ever said War Eagle. If Jonathan Cofield goes back, sees that, and records that, I'll never live that down. He will actually hold that over my head as long as he knows me. I am in deep, deep doo-doo after every bit of that. Sebastian Merritt up here leading this thing. Cody Nagel's now going to take a shot on the outside. He's got Connor Urashak right behind him. Baker right up behind Merritt. Starting to get a third lane back down the back. Collar Wynn and others back there trying to make something happen. That's the 8. Chase Mastrita trying to get this outside lane going. Collar Wynn may get that opportunity if he sees Chase. He's not able to do it. Peacock's able to jump up there and make it happen.
You're in deep War Eagle doo-doo.
Yes.
Look at Peacock. Look at Peacock. Clarified in the words of Sideswipe. Here he comes on the outside, and he is going to the front, the 81, with Mastrita behind him, going with a quarter into 3. And he's got the 0-4 of Chris McCullough from Statesboro right there on the outside as they work off 4. Phenomenal job so far. These guys, no caution as they come through turn 4. The only slip-up we saw was maybe when Kenny Real bounced off the safer barrier. No caution. They race on. We're 3 wide. Now with Marin in the lead in the middle pack going to 1. Well, he threw the block in front of Baker.
Oh, baby, he's trying to make it happen. It shades up there on the top side of the 81 and the 8. All the way back 2004 with Truex Jr. and Dale Jr. back when they was running the NASCAR Busch Series, trying to take it all the way to the front. I got a feeling Peacock and Mastrita probably don't have a damn clue who each other is, but they were trying to make something happen and try to take it to the front. But bad enough, they got up there, they made a shot, but then they thought different. Jump back down in the middle lane and flip-flop back. Now it's back with Baker and Merritt up here racing for the lead once again off turn 4.
In the words of Neil Diamond, hello, my friend, hello. Here comes the 5. Baker back to the inside. He's got friends. He's got Cofield and Urashak, and we got really loose a moment with Peacock the monkey in the middle. Somehow win right there, and they save it as they try to get around the 23 of Tyler Justice on the top shelf as they work out of 2. They hold it together.
And I'll say this, Wesley, shout out to another Neil Diamond one. I think all these old boys, with the speed that they're racing right now, can be playing a good bit of Sweet Caroline. All the way around the 2.66 mile Sebastian Barrett still with the lead. Baker right there in the middle of it. Nagels, Cofield, Iracing. 2 wide all the way through the field. There was 3 wide for a little bit. Now they're back to 2 wide.
Some international flair coming to America, battling the man right there at Nagels from Missouri, the Canadian Connor Yarashak, as they go to the outside lane. Here they come side by side. Now it is again Ganabo, Puerto Rico driver Sebastian Marin leading the cavalry. This is a new entry, Jacob, by the way. He is right now on the bottom. Look at this guy, power to the front. The purple 32 as we're about to be a third of the way through in Duel Dos, presented by Blanchard's Towing and Recovery. Baker powers back on the inside in 3.
Yeah, we got the international flair out there on the track and a little bit of international flair right here in the NASRA 360 Racing Network booth with the dose and all that good stuff. A redneck ain't got a clue what all that means. I just know about dose because it was a beer commercial. That's all I know about it anyway. Cofield taking it all the way to the front, though, on the inside lane. 58. He's from Alabama. He's a native from Alabama as well. He worked here at Talladega back in the day as well. Cofield knows this place like the back of his hand, and he's using it to his advantage. Cofield to the lead down the back chute.
Right there on the inside. He works down to the bottom. He'll power alongside Baker. Right there, the 7. There's the 7 machine, Nathan Harper. He's right there in the Eastern North Carolina Chick-fil-A entries, back on the bottom in that 3rd truck and the inside lane. And keep an eye now on Marin with Irashak on that 3rd truck outside lane. They're trying to push these other guys up and separate them from the boys. Coming in, 20 completed next time by, 1/3 of the way, and now Marin easily back in front. Got help there from the man of the Nagels. Nagels now is going to get a chance to lead on the outside lane as Marin goes back to the bottom and blocks Baker.
Yeah, and I see that Chick-fil-A truck back there. I just now saw that, and we're thinking of Dose Beer and Chick-fil-A. It actually sounds like a pretty damn good combination to get you lined up for Thanksgiving and get you ready for the king of Talladega. Nagels, Marin, they're still racing it out. Baker right behind them with Yarashak, with Cofield, with Westmoreland. Harper now shoots down to the inside, right in behind Cofield. Everybody still double foul through the field for the moment off of turn 4.
Like watching these guys working through the trioval. What phenomenal job they're doing. Only saw 2 cautions in the first duel so far. These guys are doing phenomenally. There's the Auburn man from Mumford, Alabama, the defending NASRA DSR Electric Truck Series champion. Right behind the back of the Magnolia, Texas driver from PGR Esports of Baker, Matthew Baker. The Coasting Thunder, number 5, down to the inside. And we got a fill in pit road. Is about to open up here in about the next 15 laps. As here they come. Look at Cofield. He thought about dropping on the inside. He was so close to the apron, he just got right back out of line. And then he tucked right back behind the 5 again there, Jacob.
Yeah, absolutely. Top 27 trucks separated by a little over 2 seconds that you see right here live on your screen. Marin going from the top all the way down to the bottom. And Wesley, that's, you mentioned that a second ago. For the next 10 to 15 laps, we're expecting pit stops. These guys that's up here on the top side, they need to get their tail down. They don't want to pit up here on this outside lane and then have to force down a hole and end up door banging into somebody trying to go into the pits. I've had it done to me, and you don't have a good conversation after that's all said and done, because that does not work out well for you or the driver that you door bang. Because words get thrown out big time. It's not going to be good for the Duel 2 race, trying to lock yourself in for the king of Talladega. So you still got some time, but these guys up on the top better start working their way down to the bottom, get themselves ready for those green flag pit stops.
Still a long way to go in this one. By the way, keep an eye on that silver and red number 82, Tyler Wynn, the Daytona NASRA 500 winner. The Great American Sim Race is back again in January 2026, and that is the defending reigning winner from Thunder Bay, Ontario. And right now, he has climbed back, Jacob, in to the top 10. It's now Baker, Nagels, Battle, Yarashak on the outside, and here comes another big push. Keep an eye on the machine of the driver, Westmoreland. Westmoreland is now trying to get into this battle as they work into the corner.
Yes, second one on the outside lane, Yershak right in front of him. You got Taylor Peacock lined up behind him as well. Tristan Vickery smack dab up there in the middle of it, and obviously Connor Wynn smack dab in the middle of it as well. But watch out, I agree, watch out for Westmoreland, up 8 spots from where he started. Tristan Vickery up 22 spots from where he started, trying to put himself in position to race on Friday night. But the one thing about it is Dagos and Marin have literally swapped back and forth from going to the bottom, up to the top, back down to the bottom. Everybody's swapping, at least for the front two. Everybody else is just kind of holding it back.
Another driver that we mentioned earlier that has fell back in 17th. Still in striking distance, by the way. Keep an eye on John Ward, the Valdosta, Georgia driver. The Dega Pros Racing yellow and blue machine. There he goes, popping into view on the inside. And now he goes to the outside lane. And I think he's ready to bring something to the house. Closing in on 35 to go. We're not even halfway yet here in Talladega. And now Merritt under attack by Nagels. He's got Irishak and Baker, and they pull up in front of one another. And now, side by side, the side draft got him loose. They save it to the back straight. Away we go.
Yeah, that side draft could be a possibility. Could be the 140-degree track temp just eating away at these tires and making it a little hot and slick. We'll see it out there in the live chat. Some of you out there, Adam Lichty, who was in the last race, saying that it's slick getting on pit road as hot as it is. That's something a lot of drivers have to watch out for. Locking the tires up going down pit road. We saw a lot of them do that and basically hit that yellow cone. You can't hit that cone or go to the right of it and then cut back down pit road. That's your pit road commitment cone. You got to go to the left side of it. I think a lot of that had to do with how hot this track is and how slick it is. Damn, hard impact to the outside rotated wall.
Chris
Somebody hit that
McCullough
sucker head on and costed us out.
Chris McCullough slams the front nose into the safer barrier hard. Some other trucks trying to pull away, but it started with Christopher McCullough, the driver from Statesboro, Georgia, and Jacob Reeves, the McCullough Motorsports stables, have struggled tonight. Watch this. Wow.
Let's see what happens to him right here. He's got a little bit of help from behind. Maybe did he get loose or did he get tagged? Looks like he got tagged from the back end, and hard impact got set straight up. John Ward gets a little piece of it. Ward's already locked in, but Christopher McCullough is not. And then others sliding in here. Ed Osborne, innocent bystander, T-bones him coming back down the racetrack. But I think it was just a bad bump draft going in.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if it's a bad bump draft or maybe he got loose in the corner and then he got tagged. Let's watch this again. There's Christopher McCullough. There's the purple truck. He got a little hit, a little tap, and then around goes Christopher McCullough. Wow. By the way, first caution of the race, mind you, also. First yellow flag of the race.
And, Wesley, just that little bump going into the corners, it might not seem like it's much, but that little bump, that little tap right there can mean the difference from spinning somebody out to trying to shove them all the way to the front. And you don't want to make that kind of bump when you're going into the corner. Especially going into the corner. If you're already in the corner and you get lined up, the best of the best can really get that bump draft lined up, and then you ain't got nothing to worry about. But you definitely don't want to hit them going into the corners. Watch this. Bam! Nowhere to go. Ed Osborne was all over the brakes.
Ed Osborne committed to drop into the bottom and the middle lane, and when he did, he thought he'd clear the 0-4. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Pit stops. Is anybody coming down to the pit lane? Here's a look at it again on board with Tyler Goodwin.
See what old Napoleon Dynamite or Mike Goodman, I should say. Let's see what happens. He hits the brakes, gets the save on it. Oh, wow, almost got hit. But he was able to miss it, and everybody's jumping down pit road.
Everybody coming down to the pit lane just before halfway, and this should decide the finish of the race as well, because I think everybody should be able to go the distance. As Cody Nagels, I think, missed his pit box there for a minute. Here comes the race off of pit road. No naughty pit boards tonight as they race off the pit lane. We take a break. We go extended. We haven't done it in a while. The restart, the second half. Go for dos. Duel 2, presented by Blanchard's in Recovery when we come back from Talladega.
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
We need to pause for station identification on CRN, listening to the duels at Talladega.
Local radio brings people together like never before.
It's a beautiful hometown weekend out there. We've got
Your local stations keep you informed and involved with music, talk shows, and real-time news updates you can trust. We are live and local. We are America's broadcasters, connecting you to what matters most. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress to support your local radio stations.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to stop.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
This is the Community Radio Network, WCRN, 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Smithfield, North Carolina. Proud to be in the USA. We are CRN.
1 to go, indication being given. Welcome back to our coverage. And Jacob, the track temp has dropped about 4 or 5 degrees, but it's still warm enough to cook a steak on it.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I forgot all about mine over there. I don't know. I think my wife's is probably burnt, and mine may be well done, so she can go ahead and have mine, and I'll just do without, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, that track temp obviously still well above 130 degrees, so it's definitely still going to play a factor right here. A lot of drivers went down pit road on basically the whole field, and a lot of them, if not all of them, went down pit road and got 4 tires right there. They went ahead and put 4 freshies on there. You want to do that when it's under caution. If it was under green, they may take 2. They may just go ahead and take enough gas to make it all the way to the end. I would think they would take 2 tires, but when you get an opportunity under caution, especially in the instance that it was right there, you're taking 4 all day long, and that's what they did.
No, Raul Meza is not. No, I don't even think Raul Meza is even in the lineup. He's here, but he's on the white, on the box. So the Chico, California driver in the ServPro, number 37, is not locked in yet. One of our Razor Ramones of NASRA, Chico. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, back to green. Next time by, halfway. 29 of 60 laps as they come back to the restart zone. And we go back underway. Let's watch and see what the man from Puerto Rico, Sebastian Merrill, will do on the inside as they virtually rock, roll, and rumble, trying to get back up to speed. It'll be about a lap till they get to full song down the back straightaway.
Sebastian Marion still leads with Coalfield right behind him, Matthew Baker, Connor Urashak. And now Cody Nagel is trying to make something happen on the outside. Big move being made. Here comes Baker. Baker's got Urashak lined up right behind him. Marion still holding on to the lead. Coalfield behind him. Here comes Matthew Baker to the outside. Urashak coming as well as we are approaching halfway this time.
They come cross flags will go in the air this time around. Magnolia, Texas driver number 5 for PGR Esports. Matthew Baker in the lead, 30 laps down. Connor Yarashak, the Canadian, in the Pepto-Bismol number 40 to the outside, 30 to go till we line up the field for 500 miles Friday night. They're in turn number 1 and 2.
Yarashak up top. Westmoreland lined up right behind him. Baker has got Marion lined up behind him. Third lane starting to get rocking and rolling. Up there on the top side, look like that may be Taylor Peacock in the 81. Trying to stick his nose up there. Actually, Peacock's on the bottom. Yellow and green truck. Who is that? That is John Ward, who got involved in that last caution. Ward trying to make something happen. Now here comes Kyler Wynn to the outside trying to make something happen.
Here they come through the tri-oval down that 4,300-foot front straightaway. Now they work start-finish. Remember, flag stand, start-finish at the end of pit road before they rumble into turn number 1. Sebastian Marion on the gas. The purple Nexus 32 leads him. Here comes Kyler Wynn. He tries to go 3 wide up the middle. Here comes the 32 as they work into turn 2.
Here comes Kyler Wynn with 3 wide for the lead in Talladega. Kyler Wynn up top. Matthew Baker down on the bottom side. And Sebastian Marion stuck straight in the middle with Connor Urashak lined up right behind him. Kyler Wynn's got Trevor Aspinall lined up right on his tailgate. They're slipping, they're sliding, they're bumping, they're banging. Marion squirts out ahead. They're 3 wide for second. Here comes Urashak with another shot.
Keep an eye on that 82 of Wynn. He looked really strong earlier, got pushed out of line, fell back. Peacock is coming after it. Here comes now also Trevor Astronaut in the 89 as well with the help from Mastrita. Mastrita in the number 8. All this goes on as they work their way 3 lanes under 30 to go. Marion leads them off 2.
And Marion goes from the bottom, jumps back up into the middle lane right in front of Connor Urashak. Here's Kyler Wynn. Wynn has got help from Astronaut, but Astronaut not close enough to his tailgate. Now he gets up here. Big shot going into turn 3, riding on board with Tristan Vickery, who started 30th, mind you. Now he's up 20 spots up here, sitting in the top 10, smack dab in the middle of a hornet's nest, led by Matthew Baker off turn 4.
3 wide behind the first 2 rows, door to door. Marion up the middle. He'll now go back to the inside of the double yellow line as they thunder back into turn 1. Now, here they work with now Connor Yarashak, the Canadian, in the 40 up the middle. Open the door to Wynn. Wynn's trying to get something organized to the outside lane. Just can't get it started yet as we rumble into turn 3.
And one thing about this as well, Wesley Outland, the only guys, whoa, Kyler Wynn, good God almighty, all the way from the top, jumped down right in the middle lane, able to save it, everybody straightens it out. Kyler Wynn took a shot, hung out Trevor Astronaut, jumped down the middle lane, got Urashak lined up behind him. Matthew Baker now lined up on the bottom side still as well. But one thing about this though, Wesley Outland, the guys up on the top side, they are in prime position. As hot as this is right here with the drafting and the pushing that they got going on, the guys on the outside lane, even Urashak right behind Wynn, and even maybe Westmoreland, if he can get clear of Astronaut, they can slide up a little bit. They can try to get out of the draft and try to cool that engine off. These guys on the bottom, they're screwed. They can't move up anywhere. They are literally stuck. So wherever they're at, however the draft is, they're basically locked in, and they've got to manage the temps the best that they can on the bottom side. Everybody else up top, they're good to go. They can move out a little bit, and they can try to cool that engine off.
Kyler Wynn, side draft, bobbing, weaving, Marion. Now we go 4 wide, try to go for it. Astronaut, they got greedy. Had to back away. No, we're not. We're 4 wide again. Here we go, guys. 4 by 4. Hold it together. Be nice. Don't slip. Look at now, Marin under attack as he's free falling behind Astronaut on the back straightaway.
Wow, I'm telling you, Marin was up there at the front leading this bad boy, and now he is free fallen and went all the way to the back, but now he's going to try to muster something up on the outside lane, get some help from Trevor Astronaut. Astronaut shoved Kyler Wynn all the way up here into the position that he is in. He'll try to do the same thing with Astronaut, but it's Cofield, it's Baker. They're battling for the lead, hitting the tri-oval.
It's the changing of the guard as well, because here comes the number 90. Byron, Georgia, Bass Pro, Cabela's 90, Daniel Eberhardt. Here he comes. He is now climbed in to the top 5. It's time to go. Yarashak up on the top shelf with Marin and Astronaut. And down to the inside, middle lane, it's Baker, inside Cofield. Any of these guys are in it to win it. Under 25 to go.
Boy, these old boys right here racing like they're on a quarter-mile dirt track, just beating and banging, much like they would be at the Hornets Nest right across the road here at the Talladega short track. But the only difference is they're doing 190 miles an hour. Kyler Wynn sideways, able to straighten it out, smack dab in the middle of all of it. Cofield squirts out ahead. Nagel's trying to go after him for the lead, hitting the line.
Honest with you, Jacob, I think we have seen some of the most intense but phenomenal racing tonight in the duel. There is your last chance to make it in. They have done a flawless job right now. Here they come, closing in on 23 to go at the line. And look at now Yarashak falling back. Marin falls back. Cody Nagels to the lead as they go into 3.
B-Square out there in the live chat, I agree with them. I smell a big one coming just as hard as they're racing. All that's going on. There was 3 wide. There was 4 wide. They went back to 2 wide. The 3 wide way back there was where Marin is. Way back there around the 15th, 16th spot. Hell no, let's go 4 wide once again back there in the back. Up front, they're double wide, but Marin, who was up there at the front, has lost a lot of spots, down 13 spots from where he started, has no friends, N-O-N-E, none. But up front, everybody's got the friends, at least for the moment. Cody Nagels, Jonathan Cofield leading both the lanes.
Friends, you got to have them, and you got to need them. And if you don't, it puts you in a very bad predicament. 22 laps to go now. Nagels on the outside. Cofield on the bottom. Here comes Taylor Peacock, by the way, the Fowler, Indiana driver in the Upfront Motorsports representing NASRA. He's got Kyler Wynn defending Daytona NASRA 500 man to his flank on the right. And here they come, storming through the tri-oval. Keep an eye on Ward and Marin, the 92, the 32. They've hooked up again on that 3rd lane, and they're going back into turn 1, powering to the outside, to the front. Here we go.
Oh, Lord, everybody just trying to hold it straight any way that they possibly can. Nagel's able to squirt out ahead, jump down right in front of Jonathan Cofield. Now Matthew Baker trying to lead this middle lane with Kyler Wynn shoving him all over his tailgate, trying to get the middle lane rocking and rolling. Nagels, he's got Cofield lined up behind him. Peacock back there as well. Andrew Harris as well. 3rd lane starting to advance. It's Westmoreland up on the top side with help from Marin.
Westmoreland saw that Marin and there was an organization starting up on the outside. He says, I'm going to join the party. So did the other truck as they work now. That's Rondeletto, by the way. Keep an eye on him outside the top 10. And while that goes on, Baker pushing Cody Nagels. Nagels in the middle lane. Clowns to the left of me, Jokers to the right. It's Nagels in the middle as they close in on 20 to go. Next time by, this is presented by Premier Racing Setups in Talladega.
Finally, Marin finally found him a good buddy to work with, and that was Westmoreland. Westmoreland jumps down to the bottom side, and Marin, who was completely out of this thing about 3 laps ago, finds himself up here at the front with help from John Ward in the 92, who won his LCQ last night. John Ward up here in this mix with Marin. Now you got Westmoreland down the bottom. Cody Nagels to help him. In the 3rd lane, still trying to get something rolling back there. But for the moment, it's double wide for the first 5-6 rows.
things calm down for a moment. Now we can show you the premier racing setups at. This is under 20 to go with Westmoreland now the new leader. It's Naggles on the outside. Here comes Kyler Wynn. Keep an eye on him. Also, Cofield's got Fowler, Indiana's Peacock. Here comes Ward. He's got Baker in front of him, and they're starting to climb to the front as they go door to door into 3.
I'm telling you, they are swapping partners more than square dashers at this point. I mean, literally bottom, top, bottom, top. Literally, Cody Naggles has wore out both the middle and the bottom lane and has done a fantastic job of doing it. Shades of Brad Keselowski, how he used to do it when he was driving the number 2 Miller Lite Ford. And just literally all over the place and using every lane to his advantage, trying to control the race. Brock Westmoreland up 11 spots could play a big factor in all that. And Jonathan Cofield, who's been up at the front most of the race, he's trying to make his name out here and try to carry a little momentum coming to Friday.
You know, we're in the South, so I can't use the term white crystals, but White Castle. But I can say we saw so many slide jobs and crossovers more than out of crystals in the South. The crystals of the South, baby. As right now, Naggles and Marin. More slide jobs and crossovers than out of crystals of the South instead of White Castle. As they come to the line, slide jobs and crossovers. And we're not done yet. Here comes Cody Naggles on the bottom. Westmoreland on the inside, making a run to the lead now. Here he comes. Put him to the front. And we're not done yet as we go topside high above the track.
Yeah, and there you saw Carter Urashak went all the way from the middle, jumped up to the top, tried to get a little help lined up behind him, trying to get this outside lane rolling. Awesome camera, beautiful pictures by the greatest producer in the business on iRace, indeed, Upton Biggles. As you see Cody Naggles up there trying to rock and roll with it. Marin lined up. He goes to the middle. Oh, baby, here comes a big man up here on this top side. It's Baker. He's trying to go to the lead with Carter Urashak.
Ward can't decide whether to go high or low, and there's crashing. Baker airborne. Urashak, Kyler Wynn somehow snuck by, flying through the air, continuing to fly. Oh, my goodness. Texas driver Matthew Baker. Barnett on the inside. Big trouble. 5. Baker all tore up. If there's any mulligan to that accident, he knows he's in the 500 on Friday. The biggest flip I think I've seen in a long time in iRacing has just took place with under 20 to go in Duel 2 here at Talladega. Watch this. Canadian Connor Urashak turns. He turned the 5, and look at the 5 just flipping violently end over end through the field, still flipping into turn number 2 down the Alabama Gang super stretch, Jacob. Unbelievable.
Wow, that takes new meaning to he fought the wall and the wall won. I mean, wow, I have not seen a flip like that in a long time, just like you, Wesley.
Unbelievable.
Let's go on board with it. Scared. Oh, I'm scared to do this. This right here, this is the one time, I've said it a bunch, you really want to hide your wives and your kids on this one. This one might actually get PG-13 right here for how violent this is right here, Wesley.
Baker, look at this. Baker. He didn't even realize it. Take a listen. Air, sky, ground, I meant to say. Ground, sky. I believe I could fly. Finally rolling away. He says, I'm okay. Matthew Baker from Magnolia, Texas. That's Connor Urashak on the outside. There's a push just right there, the right rear hook. I don't want to say it was a right rear hook. He just bumped him in the right rear, and that's kind of a no-no. Baker flying through the air, Jacob, and again, as I said, he's locked in Friday. So he can say, okay, all right, what do I take from this? What do I use for Friday night? He knows he's in the race.
Well, I mean, pilot's license for the Talladega Airport on the backstretch is pretty much what he's got lined up for this right here. I mean, literally, he had more airtime than a dirt bike in MX Freestyle for the X Games. I mean, that's what he had right there. And what got Kitty reeled right here, the saves that he has had the past 2 nights that I've watched him. How does he able to make? Well, watch this right here. Look at this. Everybody's sliding down through here and takes it in the grass, trying to get some extra spots. They were wrecking in front of him, and then Barnett was there. He tagged Steve Barnett, tried to get through it. I mean, in that instance, you have two options, Wesley Outland. You can either hit the brakes and pray, or you can get on the loud pedal and get the hell out of there. I mean, that is your 2 options when you see what's going on. And he chose the latter, and it ended up working out for him. It might have screwed Steve Barnett a little bit, but in this instance right here, it's like I've said before, you're out for yourself at this point. You want to be in it, to win it, to be in position, to make it to Friday night. You got to do what you got to do.
B Square says the crazy thing is he is in the main, and, well, that messed our other drivers nice up, unfortunately. Well, I mean, listen, you qualify for the Great American Race in Daytona, you lock yourself into the 500, you can still run the duel. And, they say, no, you can't do it. I mean, you can do it if you choose to, and obviously he chose the latter. A lot of guys that actually ran, and let me say this, don't let this crash take away from what great race we've had so far. I mean, this is only... What is this? The second caution of the night? I mean, we had, 2 cautions, 3 cautions in duel number 1, second caution, duel number 2. So phenomenal racing. Sebastian Marin on the pit lane. Drivers are getting service. We're going to take a break. We're back in a moment. The finish of the duels here in Daytona, presented by Blanchard Towing and Recovery. Stay with us as we're closer and closer to determining the lineup for Friday night's King of Talladega. Getting ready to determine the final positions for the inaugural NASRA 500 King of Talladega, presented by ServPro. By the way, that's presented by ServPro. Fire, water, cleanup, and restoration. And tonight's duels have been brought to you by Blanchard's Towing and Recovery. Along with Jacob Reeves, I'm Wesley Outland. Mr. Finkelstein Hopton on the production. Weather conditions, track temp, starting to come down a little bit, but it's still, track temp is still hot, no doubt. So,
yeah, we might see if we can get with the weatherman out there. Maybe he can hook us up one way or another. MDW. Matthew David Wood, give us our weather report. Matthew David Wood, he ran the last one, and no, he was on the outside looking in. From Nicholas, West Virginia. There it is. There's the driver's in green, by the way, and Jacob, if there's a mulligan for anybody like Matthew Baker, it's the fact that he was one of the drivers in green. But you do see on the bottom, drivers highlighted in green are required to run their dual race. So for the guy that said, well, why did Baker do that? He didn't need to do it because he was locked in. No, he had no choice. Well, I mean, even though you're locked in the main, you still are required to run it, and that's why a lot of these guys took that chance. All right, coming back to green. This is it. We are closing in on 12 laps to go.
Green's out. Green flag. Green flag.
Back underway. Racing rolls on. Duel 2. 12 remaining. So Marin and Nagels this time, Jacob, are going to battle stride for stride. How long are they going to stay in tow, though? Time is of the essence as they work your way down into turn 2.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's going to be about a lap or two. Honestly, I would not be surprised to see some 3 wide already popping off before they even get back to the start-finish line. Cody Nagels from the top down to the bottom side opens the door for Kyler Wynn up on the top side in the 82, trying to lead it. Uh-oh, here comes Marin. Marin shoots up in front of Kyler Wynn. Marin wants to try to go back to the front.
Nagels, the Missouri driver, down on the inside. He now stays locked to the bottom. He's catfishing on the double yellow line. He's got Astronaut right in tow. So is Mastrita and Westmoreland in that outside lane with Marin, Wynn, Everhart, the 4 of victory. All this going on as Cofield climbs back into the top 10. Peacock as well in 2.
Yeah, Peacock and obviously Cofield, some NASRA guys maybe trying to work together, try to help themselves out. Cofield's already locked in. Peacock is not. So maybe Cofield can try to help out another NASRA guy and maybe has some extra friends come Friday night, one way or another. Marin down to the inside with help from Nagels. Kyler Wynn up top. Oh, Everhart gets knocked sideways, but he's able to straighten it out.
Marin from Puerto Rico through the tri-oval, 50 laps down, 10 to go. And now Wynn on the back door, the 32 and the 82, back into turn 1. Wynn with Nagels now on the bottom as he's in a fight in turn 1 and 2.
Oh, baby, here we go. Marin down on that inside lane. Cody Nagels was behind him. Marin thinks different. He jumps up. He'll get right up in front of Kyler Wynn. Now Nagels will fire off on the inside lane. Big shot with help from Astronaut, from Mastrita, from Westmoreland. Inside lane powers up. They advance. Kyler Wynn gets kicked back to about the 4th spot. Cody Nagels right in behind Sebastian Marin off turn 4.
If you've been playing possum, it's now time to throw all you got to the front. If it's the time now to put your cards on the table, if you have not got your chess pieces in order, it's time to declare checkmate on the board. The payout window is wide open. 9 to go. Now Marin under attack by Astronaut. He takes the lead in the 89 for the first time on the back straightaway with 9 to go.
Well, baby, Trevor Astronaut would love to get this right here, get the win, lock himself in, and go on to Friday night to run for the inaugural King of Talladega. But he's got to work around all these big heavy hitters. Marin, Nagels, Mastrita, Wynn, Westmoreland, Everhart, all on going, trying to find a way around Astronaut hitting the tri-oval.
Astronaut inside. Here comes Nagels. Nagels with Marin and Wynn. Mastrita, top 5. All international flair from the U.S. and all overseas battling to go at it here on iRacing, the #1 motorsport simulation of the world. And now here comes Astronaut. He'll pull up out of line. He'll pull up in front of Nagels and open the door to Marin on the inside out of 2.
Oh, the international flair around a Georgia boy from Augusta, Georgia. Trevor Astronaut trying to lead him all the way around Talladega, coming this time 7 laps to go. 89 trying to make it happen. There you go. Go to kick.com and follow Trevor Astronaut as he's trying to kick everybody into the pants and try to win Duel 2 here tonight at Talladega.
Trying to get that third lane going. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes you're hot, sometimes you're not. And now Meza, he knows it's go time. 8, make it 7 to go. Now Astronaut to the inside, Marin, and here comes the third pack getting going again into turn 1. We're 4 wide.
Oh, good Lord, 4 wide once again, but everybody's able to hold on steady as they can. Astronaut still with the lead. 4 wide, way back there in the back, around the Peyton Johnson, Brandon Wallace, Steve Barnett area. Good Lord, have mercy, but they're able to straighten it out. Somebody's getting loose. We got a spinner down on the infield. 2, 3 trucks. No costing yet on the speedway. Now the costing comes out.
And here's the problem. Mark Dantuma, Goodwin, and others going around. Here's the issue with that. It's not the fact that they spin on the bottom of the apron. It's the fact, Jacob, that they come back up the top of the banking. And when they do, you got no choice but to throw the yellow flag. Caution out with 6 to go at the line here in duel number 2. Here's a look at a replay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the law of physics, but it's actually kind of backwards if you think about it here at the super speedways. You're thinking about, if you go up, eventually it's going to come down. Well, the bad part about it here at Talladega, you go down, you're going back up when it's all said and done. Yeah. You hit the 33 degrees of bacon sliding. There you see Dan Tuma slide. It was around the Barnett, 4 wide. It's bound to happen. I mean, as hard as they were racing back there, door banging, and the moves, the bump draft, the side draft, all that going on. I mean, it was bound to happen. Somebody was going to end up tagging somebody. You see one driver way up to the top of the racetrack. That was Tyler Justice in the 23. There's Barnett right there. The inside stacks up a little bit. Buzzy Mongold right there behind him as well. And then from there on, Brandon Wallace just kind of comes down, and the 9 gets hooked around, gets sent sideways as well. Unfortunate right there for some of those drivers getting hooked around right there. And now they've got a bigger hole that they've got to dig out of if they want to try to lock themselves in to the King of Talladega come Friday night.
On board with Jared Poole, the man out of Parkersburg, West Virginia. There it is. There's the spin. Oh, he bicycles again. I've lost count of our flip count for the week, Jacob. I mean, we've had crashes where they've been flipping and going upside down since Sunday.
Yeah, I've lost count myself, to be honest with you, but I got a feeling that we're going to get a pen and a pad of paper and get ourselves lined up for Friday night, and we'll count them off, because I got a feeling you probably going to have you a couple flips come Friday night. I mean, it's like I said last night. I mean, it's the thrills and the spills of Talladega. That's why we all love it. That's why this place always packs out every single time, and that's why we got a whole lot of people. That's why we got close to 70 people watching here on the NASRA 360 Racing Network, baby. It's Talladega.
It is Talladega. And we are under 5 to go. We'll step away and take another sponsor break. We're back with more and the finish when we return. Because it's not over.
Till it's over.
We've only...
Are you ready?
For Murph's Magical Creations. Home to custom laser engraving and gifts. This veteran-owned and operated company engraves for all occasions. If you want one of Murph's Magical Creations, call the number on your screen or commission through either Instagram or via email. Murph's Magical Creations, made with love for you.
Back here at Talladega. And we have only just begun. As we were saying during the radio commercial break, as we are under 5 to go. Listen, I encourage you to watch the broadcast. I really do. But, Jacob, I tell them all the time, you need to listen to the radio on wearecrn.com, because that is like literally the unfiltered behind the scenes. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, it's like behind the mic.
I'll give you credit for that.
You need to have a King of Talladega behind the mic.
I may do it. I may go ahead and get that bad boy fired up, and be able to put out another episode. Shameless plug for the Door Banging download on Spotify and Apple Podcast. I haven't put up an episode in a long, long time. I mean, I got a 4-month-old son here at the house, and when you work 40 hours a week and then you come home and you call races, you don't really have a whole lot of time to put up a podcast. But I think we can get us a full inaugural King of Talladega and put it up on the podcast for a brand new episode later this week. I think we can go ahead and get that bad boy lined up for everybody, and it'll be the same thing as we are CRN, and it'll just be uploaded the next day. That's the only difference.
We're banging downloading. We need to have like behind the mic, the best of behind the mic for at the end of the season, like the funniest ones of the year. Look at the crowd.
I'll be all of them.
My goodness, go for dust. Look at the turnout of people, man. I'm loving it. And actually, you know what? That's why Talladega looks like it does every year when they come to town, because you see this type of racing, especially in the trucks, man. I love the trucks at Talladega. I really do. A couple of the Cup races with the next-gen car. Well, the trucks with the next-gen crowd have – I'm sorry. The Talladega races the last couple of years with the new next-gen car have definitely not been as entertaining of the past, but it's Talladega, and I encourage you. I can't believe you never told me you've been there. The Big One Boulevard, you've got to go there one night. The parties are just, I mean, I'm telling you, I see things that would make, it would make God turn his head. He wouldn't know what to think.
I ain't had
the good Lord above would be like, what did I just see? Oh my goodness, I'm high above. What am I watching?
I never had the money, to pull an RV in there, which I know a lot of people put some tents in there and everything else.
I just walk around.
Well, I mean,
talk to people.
Yeah. I mean, you could do that, but then I got married, and that.
Oh, that changed everything.
After
the race, it's the hotel party, then it's the after party, it's the big one at Talladega. Yeah.
Then you have a kid, and then you ain't going in there anytime soon. So
I mean, you'll see a lot of things like pitboards from the other night.
I'll look it up on Google. It'll be good.
We're coming back to green, everybody. We are in the regular scheduled distance, except this time 3 laps to go. Astronaut and Nagels on the front row, the 89 and the 6. 32 Marin, win in 82, and Mastrita the 8. Back to green. This is Talladega. 3 to go in Duel 2. The final preliminary before Friday's NASRA 500 King of Talladega field is set for Friday night. Ooh. It is the final countdown. And did you hear Europe is going back on tour?
No.
Back straightaway, Jacob. It's right now. Nagels trying to get around Astronaut on the back straightaway.
And I'll tell you this much. If you loved some of the pit boards that you saw last night, wait till you see the finish here tonight for Duel 2 for Blanchard's towing. This is going to be a good one. Here comes Cody Dingle.
Oh, no.
The inside gets knocked up the hill. Astronaut down to the inside, tried to get some help from Marin. Wynn's trying to help out Cody Dangle's coming back this time. 2 to go here in Duel 2.
Stays in line. Nagels as well. A little wiggle and a jiggle and a giggle and a bobble. Penultimate lap in race number 2. 2 to go. Nagels now. Here comes Wynn. Wynn's got help from Everhart. He'll push him along with the 7 of Harper in turn number 1 and 2.
A lot of them up there on the middle lane. Here comes Astronaut. He jumps up, gets right up in front of Cody Dangles. Sebastian Marin all the way down in the center where Graham Pepe hides his Mardi Gras beads from Cranny. Down on the bottom side, they're trying to rock and roll as well. Astronaut in the middle lane, outside lane, trying to get formed up with Taylor Peacock. Astronaut back down to the bottom side, coming back to take the wide.
Here they come, working off of turn 4, entering that 4,300-foot front straightaway. If we have trouble before the caution, we go to overtime. Are they looking for the white flag like they did in Duel number 1? Here they come through the tri-oval. Survey says, yes, white flag in the air, presented by Darren's Detail and Shine. Next time by, flag, checkered flag, race for the win. We're 3 wide. One more time in turn 1.
Good Lord Almighty, will they make it back? I have absolutely no idea. We're going to have to wait to find out. Coming off turn 2, couple of them spinning. Wow, big flip. Jonathan Cofield flipping over. All kinds of hell happening behind them. Astronaut 3 wide. Peacock up top. Man stuck on the bottom, and they are door banging. They're almost wrecking in 3 wide once again here at Duel 2. This is what everybody's been waiting on.
Some of these trucks were trying to go below the double yellow line. They had to get back in form and play nice. We're 3 by 3 by 3. Everybody watching the excitement as the field implodes. Trouble, 64, up and over, turns around. John Ward, Westmoreland crash. While that goes on, it is Trevor Astronaut. Georgia drivers win. Augusta, Georgia, Trevor Astronaut wins. Blanchard's towing Duel number 2. And remember, Atlanta, Georgia's Alex Hill won Duel number 1. Something about some Peach State, Georgia flair. Go Bulldogs!
Peach State, baby. That's where I'm from. Love it when the Peach State boys get it done. They have one hell of a wreck behind them. Look like Jonathan Cofield might have got mixed up in it. But check this out. Taylor Peacock up here in the mix. I believe Taylor Peacock will be racing on Friday with that 5th place finish. I believe he might have got the transfer through. Was able to finish high enough. But check it out. Astronauts right there with Mary down on the bottom side. Meza possibly might have made it.
Meza.
Good possibility.
Yes, sir.
You might have got lucky with some of the wrecks and everything that happened. Meza might be sliding into this thing.
Let's go back to the big wreck on the back straightaway and watch the accident. Watch the accidents coming up. We got some extended post-race crashes at the end of the race with Cofield and others. But right now, let's go back and celebrate Trevor Astronaut. He is the guilty verdict of the porno billboard on the pit lane. The man of Augusta, Georgia, the Jack Shack, Trevor Astronaut, will celebrate as he is the guy that has put the 89 in victory lane at the end of duel number 2. And we're going to celebrate with Mr. Mastrita, Chase Mastrita, as Astronaut, Nagels, and Marin coming up on the other side. This should be fun. We got to look at the accident with Jonathan Cofield coming up in a moment. A lot of things to sort out at the end of Blanchard's towing duel number 2. Let's take a look at the results. As Trevor Astronaut will be the man to celebrate. He is the winner at the end over Cody Nagel. Sebastian Marin, the man from, of course, Puerto Rico. We'll talk to him next as well. Kyler Wynn, the Canadian. Never count out the 82. He's locked in by finishing 4th. And Taylor Peacock, what a job for representing NASRA, the man out of Fowler, Indiana, with a top 5. He needed a good solid finish to lock in for up front. He's done it. Chase Mastrita, Daniel Eberhardt III, I think his finish will give him a good spot for the Georgia man. And then you got Nash Brandbilla, Nathan Harper, Peyton Johnson, your top 10. Tyler Justice, John Ward. Remember, he raced in from last night, but he put on a pretty good fun battle there at the end. And Kenny Real as well. Raul Meza, is it enough from 14th for the man from Chico, California, originally from Mexico, to make it in? Tristan Vickery, Andrew Harris, Brock Westmoreland, Larry McDonald, the first 18 finishers on the unofficial results tally, Jacob.
Yeah, and then Joey Masowich going to end up coming home 19th after that violent flip over in right there in the trial oval. We'll see how that we'll see where he stacks up. There's Connor Urashak finished in the 20th spot in the number 40. Gerald Poole, Buzzy Mongo, 21st, 22nd. The showman Octavio Rondoletto finishes 23rd. Casey Solitek finished in the 24th spot with Richie Joplin. Tyler Goodwin, Steve Barnett, the Hillbilly. Jonathan Cofield, he's already locked in to Friday night, but he had that violent flip on the back stretch as well with Brandon Wallace and Mark Dantuma, the top 30. Rest of the field, Matthew Baker, Ed Osborne being the top 32 finishers. And then right behind them, Christopher McCullough, Jackson Bice, and Freddie Bassadez, the 35 drivers. Brandon Buff, Cody Dott, TJ Moore, race control once again.
Yeah, big thanks again also with all of that going on. It has been a fun week. The final preliminary is done, and there's a look at the results. Now, before we go, watch the accident with Jonathan Cofield in the 58. Cofield is locked in. We saw guys like Baker and Cofield and Ward and other guys, Yarashak, guys that are locked in. Take the gamble to maybe race more aggressive than ever. Watch this. This was coming to the white flag. In Mumford, Alabama's War Eagle, Jonathan Cofield might have went through one of the craziest flips we've seen on the backstretch at Talladega. Watch this.
Oh, Lord. Rode the fence, son. Wow.
The catch fence. Northbound in the southbound lane as he was in a shower of sparks for Cofield. My goodness, wow. We're taking a break, everybody. When we come back, we talk to the podium drivers of Astronaut, Nagels, and Marin next.
Craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime is Florida Cabinet Distributors. With over 20 years in business and 39 years of woodmaking experience, they proudly serve Northeast Florida to Southeast Georgia, delivering custom woodwork that combines precision, beauty, and durability. Whether you're dreaming of a custom kitchen, bathroom vanity, fireplace and mantle, entertainment center, outdoor kitchen, or even a full library, we can build it at Florida Cabinet Distributors, exactly the way that you envision. Hey, no project is too big or too small. If it's made of wood, Florida Cabinet Distributors can make it. Call or text Steve today. Yes, they gave us his personal cell number, 904-874-3442. That's 904-874-3442 to book today. Florida Cabinet Distributors, craftsmanship that lasts a lifetime.
Oh, we're cutting up with the drivers of the top three here at the Blanchard Towing and Recovery Duel 2 in Daytona. Go for dos! And it is over. The field is set. We're going to give the final preview for Friday's NASRA King of Talladega. And Trevor Asronoff, well, it looks like he survived the Oval Office penalty for having the inappropriate pit board. The Jack Shack on the 89 of Augusta, Georgia is going to come back and win duel number 2. Trevor, congratulations, man. And very creative mind you have.
Yo soy Trevin. Trevor. Yeah, I'm just kidding, man. Yes, sir. I came back. Pitboard guy won the duel, baby. That's all that matters. I'm doing donuts for the boys right here for the pitboard. And yeah, man, fun race. Had a good time.
Those double donuts, are those double donuts? Pardon the pun. Are they
those? You ever? I've seen some donuts, but these some big old donuts. You know what I'm talking about. They got.
Oh, Lord. Well, but Trevor, up 21 spots. You were deep in the field. You had to be able to finish high enough. Obviously, you did. So you're good to go. You're rocking and rolling. You'll be ready to go for Friday. But, this race obviously was a lot longer than what you had, with the LCQs and, and all the qualifying races. What was the key compared to this race compared to the races earlier in the week, besides the distance?
Well, it was really just kind of staying clean and avoiding the wrecks. Same thing like the heats. There was quite a bit that happened from the front that a lot of people got involved with, and a lot of craziness that happened. So it was just kind of picking and choosing where you were going to be. We had to save fuel at one point, which didn't matter at the end, and just making it through pit stops. So just one thing at a time. And yeah, man, it was just knowing where we were at, who was around us, race around these guys damn near every day, and just kind of picking my spot and putting the truck where it needs to be to get me a W.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. And there's the thoughts again of Trevor Asronoff, south side of Augusta. Okay, that's where they play the Masters. I don't know if you know that. That's where they play the Masters in golf audience, if you didn't know that. So, and he gets it done. So we'll wonder what his pit board will look like on Friday night. We'll see you Friday, buddy. Thanks, man.
Hey, appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for the broadcast, and shout out to Jack Shack. Hell yeah, baby.
Jack, and there we go. There's Trevor Asronoff. Let's grab down the man that finished in the runner-up position. Cody Nagels, our buddy from Rolla, Missouri, and he won one of the preliminary nights. And when it's said and done, you have a good solid run in the duels. What do you take from this race to prepare for Friday night, Cody?
Oh boy, that hot track was much different than the heat races. 4 tires was huge midway through the race, and we were able to pit. It was kind of the big talk of, do we take 2 or 4? I took 4, and I'm so glad I did, because it looked like a lot of us overshot our pit box, and we got to tail into this run right at the end of the race, and there was just, you couldn't hardly stick a move, and I wanted to pass Trev in the tri-oval, but every time I would try to, turn the wheel sharp at all, I could feel the back end kicking out, and there just wasn't a lot there to try to stick the move and get in front of C.O.P.S to win the race. So glad I could take home P2.
Hey, Cody, you mentioned that with, your preliminary race that you ran in, obviously the track was a lot cooler. It was hotter tonight. I might be asking a dumb question here tonight, but would you prefer a cooler track over a hotter track? Because it seemed like with the hotter tracks that we had here tonight, it seemed like everybody was a little bit more give and take. I mean, it was a little bit more cleaner than some of the qualifying races that we've had earlier this week. Would you prefer a colder track over a hot track?
I would definitely prefer a hot track. I feel like both run significantly different. The third line rolls a lot better with the hot track, and I feel like it's more of a driver's settings when you have the track hotter, because it makes the better drivers better, and it really, like you said, you have to give a little bit more and you can't take as much, and it's not like the no lift like you can do when it's a cool track. So I like at least giving us a little bit of a challenge, because we do this stuff, every day, and just to be able to have a little bit more of a challenge. That hot track, man, it really makes you clench your butt cheeks a little bit out there on the track.
Well, Cody, man, we'll see you Friday. Good luck. I know it's one of your big goals is wanting to win one of these big NASRA Crown Jewel events, so we'll see what you can do, bud.
Absolutely. Thank you. Big shout out to Team NBG, Dale Cup, and Nightmare Esports.
Yeah, there's Cody Nagels, Missouri driver, the Show Me State, ladies and gentlemen. He will finish in the number 2 position. Let's grab now Sebastian Marin from Guaynabo, Puerto Rico, but he does know English. And Mr. Marin, what a race, buddy. You finished in 3rd, and man, it was wild out there. Good to see you up in front. It was fun racing with these guys. What was your take of the event and finishing on the podium?
Yeah, it was a great race. Man, running out front all day, trying to stay away from the trouble. Had a couple, friends, ex teammates up there like Cody. So we kind of all were taking care of each other out front, right? Trying to keep ourselves in the game. And I guess the talk of the night is the hot track and how slick it was, and just how different the race felt because of the hot track. And to be honest, I was a big fan of it. So hopefully, I think for the 500, if it's a hot track, I think it'll put on a bit more of an interesting race, because strategy will become even more crazier, because some people might take 4 one stop, right? Just to kind of set up the end of the race. So maybe they don't have to take tires at the end of the race and stuff like that. So overall, just a good race. Obviously would have wanted the win, but just was in the wrong spot at the wrong time. So overall, great race, good momentum for the 500. Just happy that I've gone through both of these races with no incident. So hopefully, fingers crossed, I don't have an incident in the 500 and I'm out early. Hopefully we can still be there in the end. But yeah, just a good race. So hopefully the hot track stays for the 500. Big fan of that.
And Sebastian, we were talking a lot about this, throughout the night, and some throughout this or earlier this week about the international flair, because it's amazing to see that, when you got drivers in America, and then we got drivers from Canada, from Mexico, Puerto Rico, just all over the place. I mean, just talk about the international flair of racing at Talladega, and what it would mean, from Puerto Rico to come out here and win the NASRA 500 come Friday night.
Yeah, it's great to see the diversity of all these different people from different countries all around the world. You don't see many, I think, Puerto Ricans, especially on the oval side. So I'd be very happy to represent Puerto Rico, and I don't know, maybe some people will kind of know or learn about iRacing, and maybe I'll get some other Puerto Ricans interested. So yeah, very, very looking forward to the 500. If we can come out up top, hopefully put Puerto Rico on the map for something positive, that would be good.
There you go. Sebastian Marin, he'll be ready to roll. And of course, he finishes the number 3 position in our final preliminary for the road to the King of Talladega, the Blanchards Towing and Recovery duels tonight. Duel 2 in the books. There's a look at their results one more time. And My goodness. Guys, thank you. We appreciate it as always. And, well, Georgia drivers. Some about them Georgia drivers, Jacob Reeves. We might better keep an eye on them. We saw one man in Alex Hill from ATL win, an Augusta, Georgia driver, Trevor Asmanoff, a driver that needed to win to lock in. He did it tonight. Boy, oh boy. Get yourself a nice rest. Enjoy Thanksgiving with your family, loved ones, friends, whatever you do tomorrow. Settle in for the NASRA 500 King of Talladega, man. Presented by ServPro. Going to be a wild one Friday night. Jacob, your final take it tonight and everything that's led up to the big show for Friday. Always a pleasure, my friend.
Yes, sir, Wesley. Always a pleasure, and always a pleasure working with Dean and, here with, the North American Sim Racing Association. My take on it, it's going to get wild. It is Talladega. I've been coming here for years and years and years, and it never disappoints. It never disappoints on sim racing, on iRacing, and everything else. I would be wrong to sit here and say that I've got favorites. I got to pull for the Georgia boys because I'm a Georgia boy myself. Even though I don't pull for Georgia, I pull for Alabama, and we're in the great state of Alabama. I'm conflicted all the damn way around, but I got to pull for these Georgia boys. They're coming out here. They're representing the great state of Georgia, and they're showing how it's done. But I think it's all going to be about patience come Friday night. You got 500 miles, 188 laps. Be patient. Don't do something that's going to get you wrecked in the first 5 laps. And if you're going to get wrecked, do it in the first 5 laps. Don't sit there for 3 hours and then get wrecked coming to the white flag and have nothing to show for it. But all in all, it's a gauntlet, baby. It's one of the best gauntlets in all of sim racing, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen Friday night.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there it is. As Trevor Asmanoff will celebrate being the final preliminary winner of the night for the King of Talladega. We will be back with you on Friday, and it should be an entertaining one. We're ready to set the stage for who will be the inaugural winner of this special event. Thanks to all of our sponsors tonight, including Blanchard's Towing and Recovery, and of course, the King of Talladega NASRA 500 is presented by ServPro. If you'd like to know more information about NASRA, follow them on social media, NASRA Racing, and the North American Sim Racing Association.com. Don't forget to like, click, subscribe, click on the bell to know when we're live on the NASRA 360 Racing Network. And of course, we do appreciate each and every one of you. From everybody at NASRA, happy Thanksgiving. Only fitting that we're 3 minutes to the top of the hour. Bring in your holiday with turkey dressing, desserts. Enjoy the NASRA 500 on Friday. Who will be the inaugural King of Talladega? For Brady LaBeouf, Cody Knott, Dean Hopton on production, Jacob Reeves, I'm Wesley Outland. Congrats again to the winners. Happy Thanksgiving. We will see you Friday. It will be good. The inaugural King of Talladega. 500 miles is all that's left to decide it.